What is up, car addicts? In this video, we'll be talking about this week's Trip Money event week, as well as the newest additions and discounts as well. This event week is for December 22nd through December 27th, 2022. In terms of new content this week, unfortunately, Rockstar decided to not release any new drip feed car today, which is pretty unfortunate. It's still possible we might see a drip feed car on Christmas Day, but I highly doubt it if I'm being honest. However, snow was added back into GTA Online for this event week, and the new candy cane melee weapon was added today. And there's also some new events, including one to unlock the new WM29 pistol, which I'll talk about later in the video. So the current prize ride for this week is the Comet S2 Cabrio. This car is primarily based on the 992 Porsche 911 Cabriolet, and has a normal price of just under 1.8 million. To get this car for free, you have to place top 1, meaning first place, in an LS Carmate Series race for 5 days in a row. I highly doubt anyone is going to be dedicating 5 consecutive days during this holiday week to GTA Online, but okay, Rockstar. Now, in terms of performance, this car is in the sports class and is around mid-pack for track performance. However, in terms of top speed, it has a 6-mile-an-hour advantage over the regular Comet S2, putting it at 129 miles an hour, which is very impressive. And overall, it's a pretty nice grand tour to get around the map in style, but the handling really isn't all that great. In terms of the test ride vehicles for this week, we have the Drift Tampa, the Infernus Classic, and the Revolter as well. And for next-gen console users, we have the Arbiter GT as the HSW test ride vehicle for this week. Now, in terms of the casino podium vehicle, we have the Comet Safari. This vehicle is primarily based on the Keen Project Porsche 911 Safari and has a normal price of about $700,000. In terms of performance, it's in the sports class and is one of the slower ones in that class, and even in rally-style sports races, it's still not all that competitive, but it's still a ton of fun to drive off-road at high speeds. Just a really fun vehicle in general. In terms of the dealership cars for this week, for luxury autos, we have the recently added 300R and the Entity MT as well. And for Simians, we have the Ardent, the Click, the Stromberg, the Vagrant, and the Tauros as well. Moving on to the discounts, in terms of property discounts, we unfortunately do not have any this week. Moving on to vehicle discounts, we have 30% off the Infernus Classic. Now, this car is in the Sports Classics class and is in top 10 depending on the track. However, it's still a ways off the pace of some of the top cars in the Classic, the Turismo Classic and Cheetah Classic. Moving along, we have 30% off the Tailgater S. So this car is in the sedans class and is in top 5 for track performance. However, the Reinhardt and Shafter V12 are just a lot quicker depending on the track. Next up, we have 30% off the Tauros. So this vehicle is in the SUVs class and is the king of that class for track performance. However, depending on the track, if you're on next gen, the HSW Astron Custom can be faster. But at this price, this is an absolute steal for this SUV that's very, very fast, has great customization, just an overall very good buy. Moving along, we have 30% off the Shafter V12 Armored. So this car is in the sedans class and is one of the fastest cars in that class for track performance. However, the regular Shafter V12 is usable in sedan races and is a little quicker and cheaper as well. Moving on to the Severn San Andreas website, we have 30% off the Drift Tampa. So this car is in the sports class and is one of the slowest ones in that class. However, it's pretty fun to drift with when equipped with the low grip tires. Next up, we have 30% off the Granger 3600 LX from the Contract DLC. So this SUV is very slow. However, it does offer Imani tech, which is pretty cool. And of course, it has that exclusive interior that's very similar to its real-life counterpart. Moving on to the Warstock website, we have 30% off the Stromberg. So this, of course, is the car that has the submarine function, homing missiles, and a decent amount of armor as well. However, the Toreador in comparison completely tops this car in every way, so it's kind of harder to justify buying a Stromberg these days, but that's just my opinion. Moving on to the latest travels website, we have 30% off the Vellum 5-seater. A very slow and useless plane in my opinion, but if for some reason you've always wanted to own one, I guess here's your chance. In terms of weapon discounts, we have 50% off the homing launcher and 50% off the proximity mines as well. In terms of login items, you can see a screenshot of those right here, which is the new candy cane melee weapon, the green reindeer beer hat, snacks, armor, and ammo for existing weapons in game. In terms of festive events this week, there is a random free mode event Rockstar made called the Gooch, which is basically Rockstar's version of the Grinch. It basically acts like a mugger where he randomly robs you if you have cash on you, and if you kill him, he'll drop a gift, which is the Gooch mask, which that's pretty cool. That's very creative on Rockstar's part. Now, in order for this event to trigger, first of all, it works in any session, invite only, close friend, whatever. You just have to have a minimum of 2 players in a session, and of course, cash on you. The second event is the Weasel Plaza Shootout. So this is a direct reference to the movie Die Hard, and in this event, you can actually unlock the new WM-29 pistol by killing all the enemies on the roof. And in order for this event to trigger, it will need to be between the in-game hours of 20 and 6, and you must be within 400 meters of the Weasel Plaza building. And lastly, we have the Snowman collectibles. So there are 25 of them, and destroying them all will unlock you the Snowman outfit, which is pretty cool. In terms of limited time items, remember guys that your last chance to buy the Annis 300R will be on December 28th until it returns to the website later on during drip feed. In terms of triple money, we have triple money NRP on the Beast vs Slasher adversary mode, which is a bit strange to put this on a bonus during the holidays. It seems like something more for Halloween, but okay. In terms of double money, we have double money NRP on all races this week, including hot ring races, stunt races, transform races, pursuit races, street races, and of course the regular races as well. And lastly, the best for last, we have double money NRP on the new Acid Lab business sales, which is fantastic. With the equipment upgrade and this double money, you guys are going to be making some serious money this week. Moving on to the Prime Gaming bonuses for Prime Game members only. So again, same as usual, we have the usual free $125,000 for logging in during the event week period. And lastly, this week's RC Bandito time trial is Little Soul Park. This week's normal time trial is Casino. I highly recommend a fast bike such as the Hakachu Drag, Shotaro, or Batty 801 for this time trial. In terms of the premium race for this week, we have the motorcycle race, A Sign of Things to Come. I highly recommend the Shotaro or Hakachu Drag for that one. And if you're on next gen, I highly recommend using the HSW Hakachu Drag. And lastly, for next gen console users, the HSW time trial is North Chumash. As always, the HSW Hakachu Drag will be the best one for these. In terms of my vehicle discount pick of the week, I'm going to have to go with the Tauros. This is an insane deal for a vehicle that looks this premium and is very, very quick. I'm sure if Rockstar were to add this car in game now, I'm sure it would cost well over $2 million. So definitely pick this one up if you don't own it already. You won't regret it. It is a great, great deal. Anyways guys, hope this was helpful. Overall, this event week is pretty good with the Acid Lab business on double money, which I honestly didn't expect. And of course, all the Festum items and events. Rockstar actually did a pretty good job on this one. I'm pretty impressed if I'm being honest. The Die Hard reference, the Grinch, very well done and very creative. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next one.